We are back in the agony booth. We are joined. We are joined with
the agony
delight.
wonderful.
The agony.
Good to see you all again, my gents.
Yes, we are joined by Jason Roy Gaston, and of course the Australian VHS Jace, our co-host of the Captain's Quadrant with me, Joe Dove. So happy to be with both of you today to talk about one of my personal favorite episodes of all Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and that is The Die Is Cast. So let us see that synopsis before we hop in.
I'm going to do it as Sean Connery. I hope you don't mind.
No, go for it.
Now rejoined with his former mentor, Garak is ordered to interrogate Odo about the secrets of his people, while the joined Romulan Cardassian attack fleet moves towards the Founder's homeworld on a mission of destruction.
Indeed.
Very good. Very good. I was just thinking to myself, that's like, remember, it's Cybok you're doing, not Sean Connery. You're doing
Cybok.
The original, the proper Cybok.
Yeah.
Spock, it's me. It's Cybok. Come give your brother a hug, you daft bastard. Come here.
Let us.
Why do you have a northern accent? Lots of planets have a north.
And that's what we missed, guys. That's what we missed in Star Trek V. Let us say hello really quick to, of course, our friends in the chat room. My mama.
Hello.
Summer solstice.
Yes.
Happy summer solstice, yes, to all of you wonderful people out there. The day is very long, the night is very short.
Yeah, it's still bright.
Opposite down here, mate. Opposite.
Yeah. And then our good buddy, My Figure Universe, Cisco. All right.
War criminal.
Very well read description. I feel like I was in the story. Yes.
Of course you did. You're wonderful.
All right.
I think being sarcastic, which makes him wonderful.
Let us hop into
wrong show.
What are we doing? Why did you do that?
Balls.
It happens. It happens as you get older. We can't help it.
Yeah.
Get a couple of Newton's cradles down there. They just kind of.
Yes, that's what you've come here to talk about. All right.
It always boils down to poop or genitalia.
Or STDs is the other episode. VHS Jace.
Look, yes. What did we watch? Yes, we watched a really great Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode. It is a great episode. I'm not going to deny that. Do I ever want to see it again? Probably not. And the reason I say that, I think it works the first couple of times you see it, but the more you see it, I think the more it diminishes it, in my opinion. You start. Look, it's a good episode. It's also the beginning. It's an important episode because this two-parter is the beginning of the war. It's really now from here. It really starts to. You can almost see Cisco deciding, I'm shaving my head tonight and growing a beard.
Yeah,
like he's totally in that mindset at this point. So, which was kind of pretty great. And a lot more we'll talk about afterwards, which I loved. But either way, except for the Odo thing. Did anyone get this vibe?
Oh, hello. What do we hear? That's a keeper. Yes. Put it in the skin box, please. Quickly, thank you. Saves me from myself.
Save me from myself.
A little bit.
Would you like a smoke and a pancake, a bong and a bucket? Come on, Odo, what do you want?
But crazy makeup though, right?
Yeah.
And we've got screenshots of the episode, but the best shot that I have of the evening was a behind the scenes photo I found. This is amazing.
That is amazing.
This is one of the most beautiful photos I think I've ever seen.
It kind of looks like
when it's last call and there's just no choice left at the bar.
Oh, wow. It almost looks like your parents when you open your Christmas present and something excited you.
I'm barely holding it together.
Yeah. So
I kneecapped an old lady on Black Friday to get that for you.
Yeah,
you exactly.
Like it. Exactly. Jason Roy Gaston.
Oh my goodness. So Deep Space Nine had a penchant for doing episodes that I called oh crap episodes. And this was an oh crap episode because it just seemed like there for a while the Dominion would do something and you would just say, oh crap.
Yeah.
This was, I believe, one of the first because we had the destruction of the Odyssey. Oh crap. And
Yep.
then they just completely like ripped through the Tal Shiar and the Obsidian Order, that were just set up to be the powerhouses of these two major powers, and they are just completely demolished right in front of us. At the time, was one of the best battle sequences we'd ever seen in television Star Trek. Now, that is a phrase that I will say over and over again as Deep Space Nine episodes come along. Oh, that was the best battle sequence. Oh, no, wait, that was the best battle sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, that was the best battle sequence. And it just keeps getting better and better and better every year, all the way up until New Trek. I thought this was a fantastic episode. I thought it was a great character piece for both Garak and Odo. Yeah, I didn't even mind the torture. You know what? Let somebody else besides O'Brien get tortured. It's fine. It's fine. And I will say that looking back, there was a revelation in this episode that I didn't see coming involving Lovok. I didn't see it coming at the end, but now that I rewatch this episode, I'm just like, how did I not see that coming? It was telegraphed the whole time. Were you dumb? Yes, I was. I was dumb and I had ADHD and I wasn't paying attention. So there we go. That's what the heck we just watched.
All right. For me, this is like you guys both said, this is the onstart of something that pretty much encapsulates the entire rest of the series, and that is the bigger arc of the Dominion. We find out how vast and how conniving and plotting and scheming the Dominion is. The founders plan and scheme more so than the Tal Shiar and the Obsidian Order, and that was just incredible. When you're like, oh damn, they figured it out and like planned on it because of that. Oh wow, they went forward with it. Amazing. And we got some amazing special effects, and we got the romance between Bashir and Garak, because he's like, oh, I've got some Delvian chocolates, and they were passing it back between each other. And I thought that was kind of cute when he was leaving to go off into the deep space mission on the runabout. And it's so weird that they had those little tiny ships and didn't have like little mini Defiance to go out into space, because it's like
Joe,
yes.
Admit it. Your favorite part of this episode is the pew pew with spaceships, right?
No, it's
because I'm watching it and I'm going, no, Joe is holding his groin and groaning obscenely.
No, my
during
favorite
that scene.
My favorite part of this episode is the total unraveling of Anabran Tain. When he's like, I can't believe they got us, Garak. We're gonna have to talk about that. Maybe me, and he just kind of spirals out because you know, when people plan incessantly and then the plans fall apart, some people go, oh well, I got to figure it out and move on, and some people go, well, shnikes, this it's your fault,
Yep.
and
Fair
he
enough.
just goes absolutely insane. And I love the actor that portrays him, and the eyes that you only see from the other Cardassian that's in the cave, who I found out unfortunately passed away. And he is not new to Trek. He's been doing Trek a long time. He was actually a Klingon in a couple episodes before this.
Oh, okay.
And I should probably look up his name, but let us move on to our next segment.
Our next segment? Let's do it.
Beautiful.
Poor Worf.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love it
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. I just like the whole like Geordi's probably gonna get gassed from that. It's fun. I don't even do you remember the name of that episode?
That's where Silence has lease, I think.
Yes.
No,
That's
no, it was the one that had like the thing that like
episode 4, I think.
I don't know. It's that one with that bullcrap ending where they basically like bring Picard back from the dead with the transporter beam. I can't remember the name of it. It was bad. Imagine that, a bad first season Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Huh,
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. All right, let's Jason Roy Gaston, start with you.
Yes. Now I've already forgotten which segment this is. What is this?
Why
Is
would
this
you
the-
do that?
Why would you do
Why
Why
would you
would
not
you
pay
do that?
attention? Maybe
Oh,
it
I was
Same.
paying attention. I got distracted by something shiny. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Anyway, why would you do something like that? Well, of course, this was Ira Stephen Bear's first episode on Star Trek, and he wanted to do more complicated stuff. And this is the more complicated stuff. And he was really pushing for arc-based storytelling. Back then, Star Trek was very episodic, and Rick Berman was very much against it. But Ira Stephen Bear was very, very slick about it. He was like, "Look at my multicolored beard," and Rick Berman was seeing your multicolored beard, and he started getting away with it. Also, I think Jace mentioned something about this. This is the last time we ever see clean-shaven Cisco. He has a beard after this, and yeah, he's ready to go. But that's it. They just wanted to do an episode that showed that actions are going to have consequences, and that this is going to be an ongoing thing. And of course, it's my favorite type of episode because it's an episode that goes like this: I want to do a thing. I order you not to do that thing. I'm doing the thing. You scamp. I'm going to buy you a puppy.
Oh man,
So, yeah, rules don't matter, and they get away with everything. And yeah, I love this episode. It's really great.
yeah. So do I. It's one of my favorites. I just want to say hello to Melanie Jean Mayfield. Thank you for joining us in the Captain's Quadrant tonight. We will jump back into the comments later, but first we want to hear from our producer, our master at the helm, VHS Chase.
Yeah, look, this is to me a flag in the ground moment. This is basically stating that Star Trek is not going to be the same in this timeline ever again. And the ripple effect of this episode is actually quite enormous, isn't it? Because it not only does it set the fact that, okay, we're turning into a wartime show, the fact it even affects the movies, doesn't it? As we go for it's a big part of the Star Trek universe for this time. So yeah, it feels like this is very strategic. This is them unveiling the new Cybertruck. Except their Cybertruck is awesome and it works well. But it is an unveiling.
As far as analogies go, that was not your best.
That's a pretty shit analogy. I will admit that.
I don't know. It's funny.
But it is the moment, isn't it? Nothing is the same after this, and which is really great. That's why they've done it, I think, is because it's like, yeah, this isn't Gene Roddenberry Star Trek anymore. This is, and that show, it's Stephen Burr's show now. He's kind of going to go for it. And the other thing too is when I watched it was like, it also feels like this is the change of Cisco.
Yep.
This is like a lot of his empathy is gone.
Yeah.
A lot of his maybe softness is kind of gone, not because he chooses to be, because he feels he's forced to be, even though he chooses to be. But no, it was an important episode. There's no doubt about it. And I think this was very strategically placed to be at the end of the third season.
Yeah.
As well. Like, and it kind of mirrors that a little bit. The show's different after their season 3. So very cool.
We did get to see the return of Michael Eddington.
Go to my Instagram to see what I think of him.
This guy. Yeah. Definitely check out VHS Jace's Instagram. He was.
All I'm saying is, if I was trapped in a room with Michael Eddington, Gul Dukat, and Armus, and I had a phaser with 3 shots in it, I would shoot Michael Eddington 3 times.
The worst part is he did what he was ordered to do. It's hard to hate him full on in this episode, but with knowing,
it's not that hard, to be honest. It's not that hard because I'm doing it right now with no effort.
Yeah, there it is. Let me tell you, why would they do it? They wanted to raise the stakes on the show because a lot of people were complaining about they don't go anywhere, and they went somewhere. And not only did they go somewhere, they took it to new heights with this. Starting with this episode, we really got to experience a lot of what we saw and heard in the shadows of TNG and TOS, and that's these conflicts that we've always heard about, like the Klingon conflict or the Romulan conflict. or in the case of the Next Generation, the Cardassian conflict. We never got to see any of those things. We just heard about it. There were some small missions, there was some interactions, but nothing really significant enough that would arc such a long period. And that's what they did here. That's why they did that. They wanted to bring a new type of purview into the darker side of Trek. So this is like Dark Horizons. I guess that's the thing that's going on right now. Star Trek Dark Horizons or something like that. Dark Echoes or something. And that's exactly what this is. And I was here for it. This episode, especially when you get some of these just great moments with Paul Dooley as Anabran Tain and Andrew Robinson as Garak and Odo. Renee,
you're talking redeeming features at this point, aren't you?
No. It's just good stuff together. It's a great episode. So
going, oh yeah, this guy's great. This guy's great.
No. But there's a moment where Garak goes to shake the hand of Anabran Tain, and then Odo's in the background. And the way they shot it, this mid shot was just so classic, where it's like, Garak, this is the man that exiled you. This is the man that went into plotted you to kill. Are you sure you want to be? Yes, I know exactly who it was. And the overall arc was they both wanted to be home. You had the parallels with the whole torture scene, which was very difficult to watch. Just Odo just peeling and just coming undone because he couldn't shapeshift. And he admitted,
sunburn.
Yeah, really bad sunburn. Gold member for sure. And he really, the thing that he was hiding most was his desire to go home. He didn't even put it in his log. So I really appreciated that. And that's what Garak wanted. He's been exiled so long. And so there were so many parallels that we got to flesh out in this one. And that's what I appreciated most about this. And not the pew pew, believe it or not. Believe it or not, Jace. Not the pew pew.
Pew pew was great though.
The pew pew was amazing. The pew pew was amazing, but I just love Paul Dooley and Anabran Tain. It's just the characters. That was the thing about the show, is they had such a great cast that everybody, once they got their time to shine, they were great episodes. It didn't matter who was getting the time. It was just once it was there, it's like, oh, this is going to be great because this is this episode. So, your buddy cop detective story that led up to this, it was just another example of how good the writing is when you have Renee and so many fantastic actors in your cast. So let us move on to our next segment,
which is redeeming features. Which
yes. Have you shown this to Thomas Sapron?
What?
That section? That whole no? Because it's such a beautiful we should do that. He did the makeup.
It's a very positive clip. I bring a very positive
winning episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you guys heard me go on. I can go on forever about this episode. One of my favorites. Clearly, yeah. Every section is. You know why this is amazing? This is one of the ones that, like, my partner, she's like, "Oh God, you're gonna watch that Star Trek one again." But this is why you should watch this one, because this happens and this happens, and then, like, I have my string theory and everything. I just really will go all in on this episode. But enough hearing from me. Let us go to Jason Roy Gaston. Redeeming feature, sir.
Very well.
Yes.
One of the things. Yes, I know.
So,
one of the things that I really enjoyed about this episode is that there are some iconic shots in it. Shut up! I'm talking. There are some iconic shots in this. You spoke earlier about the shot whenever Garak and Elam were not Elam, Anabran were shaking hands, and there was that mid shot with Odo kind of in the middle of them. I want to bring your attention to another shot. That's the last shot of the episode. Whenever Garak is cleaning out his shop and he wipes the soot off of a mirror, and we never see Odo. We just see his reflection kind of out of focus as he's talking to him the whole time. And this is basically like a one take shot right here. And It's fantastic. I love it. There are lots of great acting scenes in this. And I also want to bring attention, because I know nobody else is going to mention it without, people making fun of them. I'm going to talk about it. Right? The pew pews in this episode are amazing.
They are.
The shot inside of the gap of the Romulan bird of prey as it's getting blasted by the Jim Hadar ships is fantastic. And then, of course, the run of the Defiant up against the Jem'Hadar ships, where it basically it doesn't even like blow them up properly. It like crashes through them. An effect shot that took 4 days to make, by the way,
Wow.
which is quite a lot. That was the days before computers were doing everything. Yeah, so this episode has everything. It's got great acting, great cinematography, great special effects. It changes the course of the entire series, and you just gotta love it. If you don't love it, there is something wrong with you, and that's all I have to say. I have spoken.
I have spoken. All right, VHS Jace.
I just can't help but think this whole episode is like that Hawk Twa meme going around at the moment. Because it really is, isn't it? We love this so much. Look, it is great. There's no doubt about it. Like, it's Garak. It's the journey of Garak to me that absolutely is my favorite part. It's the fact that he has to play a role. It's the fact that he despises himself doing what he has to do, but is driven to do it because he knows that's the only way he's really going to be able to save his friend is by causing him pain.
Yeah.
And he doesn't deal with it well. He never does. Even at the end of the episode, in that great shot that you mentioned, Jason, it's the fact that the shame and the disgust he has for himself is just evident in his presence and the way he's responding with it and his eyes. Andrew Robertson should have won all the Emmys for his performance as Garak, and especially in this episode, and the dynamics between him and Odo as well. That kind of broke my heart to see that more than anything, because nobody was winning out of this situation at all. Besides that, I found the Cardassian guy. What was his name again?
Nabrantane.
I found him a little bit one note and predictable. I will say that.
Oh, interesting.
And even that scene at the end came off a bit like a bit on the nose for me. It was a bit kind of, guy seemed to have a lot of logic, and then that seemed like a very illogical thing to do at the end of it. Is to just sit there. But yeah, besides that, I mean, it's the changing of Cisco. That's another one of the great things. It's almost like seeing him cocoon. Like you said, the next time we see him, he's bald and he's a goatee. So it's like we see him go into the cocoon in many ways in this, because he comes out a different man.
Yeah.
He's not bald yet. He does the hair and goatee combo for a while before he gets rid of the dome. But yeah, I mean, I completely...
I thought it was all in one. It's my memory.
No. He for the next episode, which I believe is Explorers, you see him with hair and a goatee.
And then he...
So if they would have changed too much right away, I think that Rick Berman would have had a conniption fit. They just walked in, he'd be like convulsing on the bottom of his on the floor of his office.
And as My Figure Universe says, Rick Berman sucks. This guy sucks.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
Yeah. And the only thing to finish it off is I also love the fact that not only we've got layers of who can you trust, who can you not trust with the Romulans and all that, but most importantly now we're seeing it within the ranks of Starfleet, and it's not the occasional thing. It is, we're starting to see the fact that the Federation is, pretty well in some ways extremely corrupt.
Yeah.
And extremely kind of fractured. And there's a bit of sadness about that too, to be honest with you, because I am a bit whimsical. I did love the era of Star Trek Next Generation where it was exploration.
Yes.
And in a way, I am kind of mourning the fact that we don't get that again in this timeline, because it becomes a war show, Yeah. We get a little bit in Voyager, I would say. I suppose that was probably one of the mechanisms around Voyager, was to still give us that episodic kind of exploration show.
Right.
But yeah, in Deep Space Nine, man, it's a dark tale. It's a dark, dark tale. But yeah, one of the greats. It certainly is one of the greats.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. I am going to talk about one of the plot holes that I've read on IMDb, and it always bothered me, and I did a Google, and I was like, what was up with this? The Cardassians and Romulans possess an item which prevents changelings from altering their shape. A device that would have been extremely useful for the rest of the series, but it is never mentioned again. And it was
it got blown up on the ship.
Yeah, but like, you think they would only have the one?
Well, okay, so the Dominion knows about this device, right? Because they have the changeling on board. So right before everything gets blowed up, that changeling beams out, and that changeling has the plans for the device. And guess what? Oh, hey, take this inoculation, and oh, you're immune to this
It wouldn't
device.
work anymore.
No frequency gonna hurt you, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's a good
that
point.
is
That's a good point.
absolutely true. Yeah.
And the other thing is, it was in arm's reach of Odo. Why couldn't he just push the button? Like, it's just a button. It's like, screw you, Garrett.
That would have been funny. It's like, you cannot shapeshift him. Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah,
Stop
that
that.
would've been-
No. Stop that. No.
that's what
I
I mean.
don't
It's like-
understand. I was interrogating him for 5 hours, and he just kept hitting the off button.
yeah, that's
Derek, did you think about tying him up? Of course I thought about tying him.
that was the only thing that always bugged me about that episode. It was like,
It's hilarious. The two things you've mentioned in redeeming features have been negative.
that bugged me. I'm flipping it today. I'm flipping it.
You're all over.
Yeah, I gush about this episode like you wouldn't believe, and then that. The one problem I did have about this one, and I'm going to mention it where we're talking about all the good things, but I got to give a hats off to an actor in this one that I first saw in, I think it's Alien 3,
Oh,
and that's Leland Orser, who played Levok. Very good. He's been in Star Trek a few other times as well.
Oh, the main kind of young Romulan.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
main young Romulan.
Yeah.
and
He
the
looks-
character, yeah.
He's 18. Like he's a
Yeah, he looks
cadet,
super young.
basically.
Yeah.
Super young.
Yeah. He portrayed a Romulan very well, and he was also a changeling. So, like, once he gave that up, you kind of saw him break out of the whole, like, kind of stoic Romulan type of demeanor and got a little bit more loose. He's like, oh, I'm going to go to engineering and fix this and, make sure we get out of here. No changeling has ever harmed another. And that's an echo that comes back into play later on in Deep Space Nine. So there's a lot of great setup with this episode in that space. But one of my absolute favorite moments has to be when Inabrantane is bugging out. I can't believe we didn't win. This is a foolproof plan, and it all fell apart. And Garak is like, okay, yeah, it sucks, but let's go. You messed up. We can figure it out. Let's go. Come on, Inabrantane. And he's like screaming at him, Inabrantane, come on. The passion that Andrew Robinson brings into that is just absolutely amazing. And then, of course, it's a lot of fun when Odo's like, all right, we got to go. And the ship's blowing up and the whole world is being crumbling around us. If we don't leave to the runabout now, we're really screwed. And he still can't let Inabrantane go. So Odo just goes, all right, punch. Yeah. He just decks him and carries him off. And I just thought that was like, oh, yeah, that would be a really easy way to kind of handle that whole situation. Let me just knock him out and let's just carry him off. Because that's what you do. And I still love the old school fighting in these TNG era Star Trek with the double fists and everything. We got a couple of those to this episode. All right, you're gonna fight, then double fist your kidney. I love those old tropes. So let us move on to let's do the comments. Hey,
Go do some comments.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
all right. Let us say hi to our new person, Andre Van. Okay, so I don't have my glasses.
Andre Van Zak.
Zak.
Joe's not wearing his glasses, even though he's instructed every week to wear his glasses.
Yes.
It has been for over
Andre,
a
I'm not
year.
sure if we trust you yet.
I'm usually pretty good, but today I just don't have them with me. I don't know what I did wrong today.
All right, Jace, what
I
do you
have
bring out
them.
some comments? Yeah, you've got
Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's
What did
go.
Andre say? We didn't even read it.
it. He just said, hey.
He just said, "Hey."
Oh, he just said,
He
hey.
just said, hey.
Oh,
That's good. I love
what's
getting
I
into
love. Oh, thank you. Yeah, make
Thank
sure
you,
you
thank
like
you,
and
man.
subscribe. So we're here every Friday. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and as we do, and there's gonna be even more stuff that's gonna be fun because our buddy over here is gonna have some amazing things that come up. Melanie Jean Mayfield. I'm watching 3 correct chats at the
At
same.
the same time. She's
How
multi.
dare you?
She's cheating on us.
No,
Oh my
stay
gosh,
with
You're
us.
not even
Melanie.
a
We're with us.
two-timer.
Yeah,
You're a
we're the
three-timer.
cool
My
ones.
God.
Melanie, just
I
chill with
read
us.
that.
It's a lot of
That's
fun.
Extra. That's amazing.
There's a lot to laugh about with us, so just kind of hang out. I could rewatch DS9 every day. That's from our buddy
Even
Mike.
the Emperor's New Cloak.
I don't remember that
Oh,
episode.
even that.
I'll have to rewatch that one. It may have been 30 years ago, but the makeup on the changelings is far superior than anything they had in season 3 of Picard, in my opinion.
Did we
Ooh.
ever
I don't know, man. Have
ever
you
seen,
seen
like-
the makeup job of the Borg in Picard season 3? Is pretty amazing.
I think they
No,
mean
but
the
I-
changeling makeup,
yeah,
but
just
did
the
we
changeling.
Oh, the
see them?
changeling makeup.
Yeah, there
yeah.
was we did see a
Oh, yeah.
changeling in Discovery.
No. He's
I
right.
have to admit that was butt.
No, yeah,
No,
no.
Picard
I
season
no, I
3
actually agree with him. My Figure Universe. I don't like it was like different colors and it became
because they were
this
hybrids.
muscly. Yeah.
Yes, that's why, because they were hybrids. They were experimented on. They were changelings that had like some human.
Oh, that's right. They were too.
Yeah, so that's why it looked kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But I understand. Totally understand that. Watching as he's unraveled, as is an Abrantane, is a really good setup for what happens to him in the Dominion prison later as he nears
Yeah.
his death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend Melanie says, I'll have to rewatch the episode. I don't recall the details. I just remember it was very intense.
Indeed, it was. Yes.
Yeah, it was. VHS Jace, why are you talking about my son's groin and pew-pews? I'm traumatized.
We all are.
Yeah.
Well, look, hey, look, you know it's true, don't you? I'm sure you found him in interesting scenarios when he was younger. Cosmic Spaceman.
If you decide to rewatch it, make sure you watch both parts.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was the other thing.
Yeah, I forgot about
Is-
that.
Yeah, you really need to watch the first part of this to make full context, because if you try and watch the second part without the recap, and they do have a recap, thankfully,
Yeah.
it's far
Yeah.
less effective.
Right. And the actor I was referring to, his name is Joseph Ruskin.
Okay.
He played a lot of different Star Trek characters.
Yeah.
You know what they say about Star Trek and beards? Every show got better once a main character grew a beard. Growing the
100%.
beard is something that VHS Jace taught me in the beginning
Yeah.
of our whole journey. Stephen Ira Bear is the man.
Is
Screw Eddington.
screw Eddington.
I agree.
Nobody
Yeah.
likes Eddington.
I can go on forever about DS9 in general, so I understand it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Look, hey, I'm going to say this though. As much as DS9 is really amazing, when you do look back at it, it does go against some of the principles, the core principles of what made up a Star Trek show. You know, hopeful, future, exploration, things like DS9 just went, screw it. Like, you could jam your concept. Now, I love that, but there is a sense of like a loss as well, as I mentioned earlier from that. So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way, but I do pine for those glory days of, hey, get on the family cruise liner. We're going into space for 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still awake and I'm clutching my pearls.
I don't blame you one bit.
Yep.
All right, here we go. I would assume that Section 31 had the same plans for the device because of the Card season 3 and what happened to the changelings in that series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And then Andre Van Zirk says, I'm doing my radio show on my station as we speak.
Oh, great. Well, good
we
luck.
appreciate you watching us while you're doing your
Why
show.
are you doing that? Were you?
You're amazing.
No, that felt bad just saying it.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
out of touch.
Multitasking is an amazing talent, and very few people are able to really pull it off. So good on you, sir. And if you tell your friends about us, we'd appreciate it. So anybody listening to Andre's show, give us a listen, give us a watch. All right, let us move forward into
Move forward to what, Joe?
It's time for it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's time for stupid Star Trek questions.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, this is the first stupid Star Trek questions we've done since we did the live show, which was surprisingly, guys, people loved it. It was a lot of fun. But we got a couple of stupid Star Trek questions this week we've got to get through. And the first one is this one. And I'd love to hear the people in the chat leave their comments, what they think the answer should be. And that is, What did Deanna teach Riker, or shall I say, Imzadi? And that, of course, is a reference to Encounter at Farpoint.
Yes.
And they meet each other for the first time.
Rusty trombone.
Again. So, what do you think, guys? Come on. What did she teach him?
I think it was the swirl from Battlestar Galactica.
I think she.
I thought it might have been the leg movement over the chair. Maybe that.
The Riker.
Could have been that.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
How many pants do you think Riker split doing that? Just, leg goes over a chair, you just hear, whoosh! Number one. Again? Really?
How the fact himself.
We're at yellow alert, for goodness sakes.
The Microfigure Universe has a good one.
Okay.
She taught him how to plow a field.
Nice.
I think that there was a little bit of gardening tips in there, tending a garden, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
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 And I think Betazoids would be pretty like I get the feeling without getting too explicit, they're not one and done.
No.
No, their evening has to be pretty full. You're not sleeping. Put it that way.
No.
So yeah. But it had to be something dirty, right? It had to be something
like
dirty,
I said,
disgusting.
she taught him the rusty trombone. For sure.
Yeah.
You play on that line, Joe, and you
sometimes
just
get a little wacky
into the rusty trombone.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus. God help us.
All right. And my mom's in the audience, so whatever.
Yeah, and your mum's in the audience. Explain that next time you go to church, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes my pastor watches this, or somebody.
So, but I would love to know, is there a canon explanation? There's no way in the world of Star Trek that somewhere in literature or something, someone's gone, oh, that's what it was.
Okay. Guys, I really can't believe y'all don't see what it is.
Oh.
It's how to read her mind. That's what it is. Because she's talking to him telepathically. How can he talk to her telepathically? No, it's she taught him how to read her minds. And there y'all are just making it gross and disgusting. And it's
Joe, hex on us, mate. Hex on us. You know what we need? This is for us.
Yeah.
So that whole scene could have been replaced with, "Can you read my mind?"
He's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is you do to me?
Oh boy.
But I tell you what, she's giving him daggers that whole scene, right?
Yeah.
When you watch it, it's not like the eyes of I'm happy to see you. It's like, yeah, I've got some issues with you, dude.
Yeah.
We need to talk. But we're not going to.
First season Troy was kind of sleepy. It was just, do you remember what I taught you, Will? Do you remember? It's like sadness from inside out.
Not well, Andre, not well.
Well, it's me, Diana. Well, Captain, I'm sensing something bad. Boom! Captain, I'm sensing hostility.
Oh, no.
There's something to be said about that a Betazoid whose job is to kind of feel emotion actually has like the worst personality.
Yeah,
like the most deadpan that shows no emotion.
Right.
It kind of works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
All right, let's move on to the next stupid Star Trek question.
All right.
As this show continues to fall off the rails, and that is this. How can the Beastie Boys exist in the Star Trek universe when they directly reference Spock in Intergalactic?
Intergalactic,
planetary, intergalactic. Now, don't you tell me to smile.
Yeah, look, no, we're going to cut this off pretty quick. No, we're not going to get this. This is so embarrassing on so many levels. Hey, what's to say Beastie Boys weren't involved in some sort of temporal altercation?
We're temporal agents. There you go.
Yeah.
Michael, and Adam were time agents. That's just it. And then they retired to the 20th and 21st century and made the bossest music ever made.
Yeah.
They, in a way, it's a bit of a middle finger to the old canon, though, from old JJ, isn't it? Because he's establishing something then, isn't he? Oh, they exist. This timeline of Star Trek, our new one, like it was in the 90s when the Beastie Boys were big. That's eugenics wars, right?
Right.
Really be around. So
okay, so they could be talking about the eugenics war. Intergalactic could have been where Khan is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have been talking about, now don't you tell me to stop. It's Khan. Now don't you tell me to stop. I would love to have seen that, just like the Beastie Boys and Khan in a rap battle.
Just choke them out.
They use the same song in those 3 Kelvin timeline movies. The same song. And we had a discussion.
Two of the movies.
No, wasn't it played in Into Darkness as well?
It was played Into Darkness, and it was played in the first one, but it was not played in the second one.
Wait. No, it was played in 09 because when he was driving the car, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And Into Darkness,
but not Intergalactic.
No. What I was getting at. Sorry, the Beastie Boys were played with Sabotage in all 3 films.
Yeah.
But we spoke about, and you said, that was don't play it. That was the biggest missed opportunity. Was them not to play Intergalactic, in the movie. And it is right, but maybe they were too expensive. They are the Beastie Boys.
It could have been, but you could also have that scene where they do the Mr. Spock line and just have Spock just kind of go raise an eyebrow and then just go back to what he was working on. Like, oh no, I traveled in time at some point in the future, don't I?
Yeah.
That's it. It's a time travel movie.
Yeah.
Mr. Spock is going to travel back to the 1990s. He's going to find Adam, Michael, and Adam. And he's going to nerve pinch one of them. And then they're going to be like, yo, that was dope. Let's write a song about it.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Close the loop. My Figure Universe says it's a wibbly wobbly timey wimey thing. Yeah, Doctor Who reference there.
Do you think it was cool how they do a Doctor Who reference in the Prodigy trailer where he says this timey wimey stuff gives me a headache? Doctor Who is going to have to visit them one of these days.
Yeah, well, they've been chatting about each other on each other's shows. So
yes. So they need to just stop talking about each other and just make out.
Maybe. I was going to say, we have Paramount for sale, and that's getting all mucky. So maybe Disney will swoop in and buy it, and then we can have.
You've mentioned that a couple of times, Joe. You talk about it like that. It could be a positive thing for Star Trek.
No, it wouldn't be positive.
No, it would not. It would not. Like, it is critical that Star Trek stays with Paramount, whatever iteration that is moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, I got $5 if you guys want to sell it to me. I can totally buy it for that price.
But we can buy it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that were the stupid Star Trek questions for the week, guys.
Yay.
And I do want to promote. We do this segment about once a month, so we will be putting out feelers to you guys out in the audience. Please send us your stupid Star Trek questions.
Yes.
Reach us, all of us, on Instagram. Send it to us on Instagram. It's probably the best way to get to us, right?
Or right here in the comments.
Right here in the comments, or Jason Roy Gaston, or at VHS Jace.
Yes.
Ugh, I think we have to do the inevitable, right?
The outro.
Oh, yeah, the outro.
Join us next week for more stupid Star Trek questions.
It's a sandwich.
Which is inaccurate because I'm not doing it every week anymore. That's why I didn't want to play.
Oh, you got to update it.
So I listened to you, Joe. That's what happened. No, I was talking about this.
We will experience Beesh.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
We are spinning the wheel of agony.
The wheel of agony.
Oh, just give it to me.
Oh, it's definitely not going to be the green one again.
Have we updated the wheel this week?
Yes, we have.
Okay, good.
With The Last Generation is being the new one to replace the Dyer's cast. So I did ask you guys what it should be, and then I went, yeah, like I'm going to listen to you. And I added The Last Generation. So
I mean, I
here we go,
picked the last
guys.
one, so I shouldn't have had an option to speak. So.
All right, let's spin it. We ready, guys? Let's find out where
spin it.
Get the Band-Aid off.
Ooh, here we go. Dude, I really need good kind of game show music.
Yeah, that would be kind of like a.
Here we go. This is it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're going animated, people.
Oh,
wow.
Nice. The Magics of Megas 2.
Oh, this is
at the century of the galaxy, a race puts the Enterprise crew on trial for past grievances.
Yeah, where have we seen a plot like that before?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, Farpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost sounds like
Listen,
a clip show.
But there we go. This is great. We're going to get to the. We haven't done a lot of animated series one. In fact, in my memory, I think we've only ever done one in the Agony booth.
I think you are correct.
I think that's
we
correct.
did
Yeah.
the Infinite Vulcan.
Yep.
Yes.
The big Spock episode.
Yeah.
So this is going to be Big Spock episode.
Big Spock,
This is
yeah.
going to be great. I'm looking forward
That's
to
the
this.
biggest Spock I've ever seen.
Oh man. And we all know what ultimately happened with that giant Spock. So thanks, Lower Decks.
Yeah, thanks, Lower Decks.
Well, he wasn't going to live
No,
forever.
I'm
We
looking
all knew
forward to
that.
this. I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to this, actually. Even though Jason's put it there for a reason, and it ain't a happy reason,
Nope.
I'm still going to be looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, good old animated. Yeah. Hopefully, Geek Filter shows up because I think
Oh, yeah.
he actually
well,
likes it, so you might want to defend it. Or something.
Yeah, you may want to defend it. Well, I don't think I remember seeing it at all. So
Oh,
I'll let
It's
you know.
the episode that guest stars Satan.
oh, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and
Okay.
it's not like an analogy. It's nothing like that. It is the literal devil. Oh, we
right.
chased him off. Oh no,
We
not Satan.
chased him off. We said the D word, dude. The
Yes.
devil. We don't like the devil. That scares the crap out of him. So, and but it can't be any worse than this.
My
right?
favorite code of honor.
I'm back.
Ah, oh god. Okay.
No.
I
Yeah,
sneezed and I hit the button. And I was like, ah.
Oh my. Oh my. This show.
What? Oh my gosh, I'm in the boss position though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take the lead now.
Yeah,
But
you
it
do
doesn't
whatever
matter
you
because
want.
I'm going to anyway.
I want you two to
We
dance.
were just talking about you. Everybody hates you. Congratulations.
I cut you off, Jason, because I thought you were going to reenact that boy scene, and I ain't doing that.
No. No, I'm not gonna
If
go
you
that
know, you
far.
know, everyone.
Yeah,
out
I,
there,
yeah,
all
you
I
know.
said was dance for my amusement. I didn't say anything else. See, that's just you and your
Is that-
perversion.
Is that the latest episode of The Boys?
No,
That was the first episode
two.
of
The
Boys.
first episode of The Boys.
Or is it
Yeah,
episode? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Aftermath.
Yes. Oh man, what chaos are we in for? We're dealing with Satan himself. Apparently, My Figure Universe has watched this actually just about 2 months ago. So,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
interesting.
cool. So,
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in they should, after those very short treks, they need to push forward with a legit animated series
I agree.
with that animation style for the other main series, for the Bergman area. Let's do the TNG, a season of TNG. Let's do a season of DS9 and a season of Voyager, all with that animation style.
That'd be
We know
cool.
it's cheap. We know it's cheap.
Yeah,
Yes.
And maybe wash out our mouth of some of those
yeah.
very
yeah.
short treks.
And don't make it gross and disgusting. Just do a whole, like a good dope episode.
Yeah.
Give us
Yeah.
something memorable like Calypso that kind of like loops a series. That would be kind of cool. They could do it with Lower Decks, how it loops in with that. That'd be cool. But I don't have time for that.
If we were a good organized show, we would actually have screenshots of the next thing I want to talk about, which is the Prodigy trailer that dropped.
Oh,
Yeah, which was sensational, right? I loved it.
Yes.
I watched it about 4 times in a row.
yeah. I'm
So,
really
yeah.
looking for that. And we got a little bit of news. We're getting the Protostar with the new group that has taken over these Star Trek models. So finally, we're going to get the ship.
Oh.
And the Protostar, the Stargazer from Picard season 2
Yeah.
rather, and another ship. I think like one of the small, maybe the Kelvin or something like that. But yeah, those are the
Okay,
launch.
back
we're
to the
getting
trailer,
that.
which is what I was trying to talk about. I want to talk about a couple of things in the trailer, which were, the Doctor, right? The Doctor.
Oh yeah. Geek
That's
Filter actually
huge.
chewed me out on the old socials, and it was like, "Did you not see that 2 months ago when they released this?" Things like, I don't remember.
No. But
you didn't.
Chakotay.
Why does Chakotay look like Rios?
Because he grew a beard.
Oh,
Yeah, he grew a
just
beard, and he's got a bit of grey going there.
Yeah. Do you think that?
But he looked good. I like the animation model they've used for him.
Yeah. Is it still voiced by?
Can you imagine how much he would have been on Twitter freaking out if it wasn't by Robert Belcher.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Robert
sure
Belcher. Yeah, he
you
probably
can't not really. I know he's problematic, but he hasn't been cancelled yet. So I suppose you kind of got to get him, don't you?
Yeah.
On. So, but yeah. No, I was just really excited about this new trailer. Because it's close now. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts. And
I'm super excited, and it's going to be wild because it's going to be an episode dump. It's going to be all 20 at once. So it's going to be tough.
Which is also a segue into saying how we're going to tackle the show, guys.
Yes, how are we going to tackle the show?
Well, based on my thoughts, which were completely wrong and stupid, we've gone with Jason's idea, which is smarter, is that we're going to split the season into two. We're going to do 2 live shows, one dealing with episode 1 to 10, and then the second live show a week later will be dealing with 11 to 20. Look, it's not going to be a deep dive analysis of the show, but we'll certainly be giving you our thoughts and feelings of the entire show as best as we can. And I resent the fact, actually, it's been dumped all at once.
Yeah.
I do. And just because I think, because I'll watch it, I will binge watch it all like we will all do, I may miss some really cool bits. So I think it'll be a show that even after we've reviewed it, I'll be going back and watching episodes individually.
Yeah. Will you give us a week as an audience to watch the first 10 before discussing them?
Oh, yes. Hell yes. Yes. Well, we need to watch them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yes,
it'll be.
I don't have the kind of time. I
can't.
Yeah.
Myself. I have to get ready.
No.
Yeah.
No, we literally will be watching 10 in a week, which has got to be pushing it either way.
I'm going to watch 2 a day.
And I'm not going to watch all 20 at once, I'll tell you that.
No way. No.
I'm going to break it in half like we do the show.
Yeah.
So we'll get a good sense of it. And yeah, you want people to kind of have a chance to see it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be watching the show if,
Yeah, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't watch this.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it. Yeah. Well, yeah. So
yeah,
that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up in our future.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rad. But we've still got a couple of weeks before that, don't we? So
yeah, 2.
We got 2 weeks. So a couple of more Agony booths. We'll do a couple of episodes of to cover Prodigy, and then we'll be back in the Agony booth until Lower Decks,
which is the end of August, I think, beginning of September,
something like that. So
yeah,
we'll be.
I was trying to be slick about this, but there you go. There's our.
It does look like Rios. It looks like they took Rios' space to make it.
It does have a bit of Rios eyes.
Like the eyes, the
Rios eyes. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Let's just replace Chakotay with Rios and not change it.
There you go.
We can keep calling him Chakotay, but it's Rios. Or better yet, a Rios hologram. The one who doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be great. It's like, Chakotay, I find you. Capitan Jewe.
Right?
Look, at the end of the day, I'm excited because
it's a great
is dealing with modern Star Trek. Isn't it? Like, sorry, I shouldn't say modern Star Trek, because modern Star Trek in this day and age is the 32nd century. It deals with the advancement after Picard season.
Right.
This is the de facto Star Trek Janeway.
Yeah.
That's the way I see about this show. And I know it doesn't Janeway's not the main character, but we're still dealing with what they got up to after Voyager. And it's canon, and I like it. You know what? Give us Star Trek Janeway. We want Star Trek Janeway.
Yeah.
And Star Trek Cisco.
Well, that'll never happen.
Oh,
somebody else is Cisco. Andre's very
excited. Let's do a prequel series where we see Cisco as a young man.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
No, it would be horrible. I was being sarcastic.
What is your theory of why Paramount Plus removed this one? That's from Andre.
I think they were looking for financial kickback. Right.
Yeah, it was a very bad business decision, I think, because it made them look really, really bad.
Yeah,
and I think there was some kind of licensings with Nickelodeon as well.
Yeah, that's I don't think Paramount come out in the best side of that deal with Nickelodeon either.
Yeah.
So it was unfortunate because it does feel odd that Prodigy isn't at its home.
Right.
Like that is really weird.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll get fixed over time. But
so.
let's face it, Paramount Plus is hanging on by a thread anyway. There's a good chance that Star Trek will get scattered all over the place because the streaming service gets absorbed by another bigger one.
Maybe Netflix will scoop it up. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
The other ship is the Farragut. I was featured.
Yeah, I'll let you say that.
Oh, that ugly manhole cover.
Yeah. Jason Roy Gaston has the Khan.
Yeah, we're real safe, aren't we?
Yeah.
Aim for the nearest planet. Helmsman Troy, aim the ship.
Hey.
Are there any
panic, Captain? I'm sensing panic from all over the ship.
Are there any theories as to what could possibly be the big villain? Because we still have the Valnakat, right? The future version of.
It's going to be the mean lady, the fake troll. It's going to be her. I don't think that the show would do like a surprise villain.
In the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Wow, that quick, huh?
Every villain is.
Yeah, that's true.
Good basics. That's in everything that you see. You watch. If you're setting up a villain, you generally are aware of who that villain is in the first 10 minutes, even though as an audience member you haven't clicked into that moment.
Right.
So once we see a new character or somebody not off the main team in that first episode, that's
villain. That's the bad guy. Yeah.
Or the one that leads you to the ultra big bad villain.
Right.
So, like Amanda.
That robot thing. Remember that robot guy that?
Yeah.
Who led us to the diviner?
Either way, that doesn't matter. I just can't wait to see the guys back together, and I can't wait to see them on the new adventures, and hopefully we get a really meaty story, which will be. I get the feeling by the end of that season, I'm going to be annoyed.
Why
not? Because the season's going to be so great, and I'm going to be pissed that I'm not going to get to see anymore.
Oh wow! Well,
that's what I think. What's going to happen? I'm going to be annoyed because I'm going to go. This is a great show because I do believe season 1 was a really great season.
Yeah, and
now we don't get to see anymore.
Do you think Netflix would shell out for another season if it's successful?
No way! No way! It's one and done. We're not getting another one unless this thing becomes number 1 globally, which it will not.
Oh,
it's not going to happen. It's probably too expensive, too cumbersome. I think this is a cleanup deal. Wow. It was like, all right, let's just clean this whole scenario up, throw the season onto Netflix, and we are done. Wow. And it's also the key indicator that Paramount was ending the first phase of modern New Trek.
Yeah,
the saying goodbye to Prodigy, and then obviously the saying Lower goodbye Decks. Now to Discovery and Lower Decks, and this is kind of part of that where they're going, we're going in our new direction.
Yeah, because Starfleet Academy is the 31st century, so 32nd. Maybe that's what it is. Wow, good call.
No, it's just the studios going a different way. I mean, it's going to be really odd that we're going into a future with 2 shows. You got one set in the pre-Kirk, and the only other show is going to be set in the 32nd century, isn't it?
Yeah, the Discovery era.
And nothing kind of done in a continuation from the end of Prodigy or Picard season 3. I think everybody in the world kind of, where's that story going? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in a way, I mean, the Federation is still a bit of a mess in that timeline, right?
Right.
They nearly got taken out on their, what was it? Hope Day? What did they call the day?
The Federation
Day.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Well, they almost got done then. They're still very vulnerable. I'm really
Frontier
Day. And I'm really fascinated to see what is going on in Starfleet in that time. What's the next big threat, species-wise?
Oh,
Wesley Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, he's become an alcoholic.
You all shut up.
Yeah,
he's an angry alcoholic.
This thing where everybody's mouth suddenly shut with like steel.
Yeah,
I'm shutting everyone up.
I believe that he just pranks his brother constantly now.
Oh,
see, that's what I think. I don't think that was Q at the end. I think it was Wesley Crusher pretending to be Q.
Oh, imagine. I'd like to see that. Yeah. A couple more comments before we roll over to our plug. I'll be curious to see if the EMH doctor refers himself as Joseph.
Oh, please do. You don't think he will?
I would like that. That'd be fun. You always need a good old Joe somewhere help out with everything. Yeah. Joe's a great guy. Joe's a great name.
Only if his last name is Mama.
Joe Mama.
Nice.
My biggest concern too about Prodigy is being on Netflix, whether we're going to get a physical release. Oh,
Yeah, that should be a concern you should be worried about because Netflix are not known for that. It's whether in part of the deal that a physical release was part of that deal.
yeah,
Paramount would be idiotic for that,
yeah,
if they let those rights slip.
yeah. And then Netflix is terrible about the physical release of their shows. If you think about Stranger Things, it only got 2 seasons released physically. Really,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow. And
Well,
another thing that
they
bugs
don't
me-
want you getting off their streaming service to watch something offline.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing about them is they take stuff off the streaming service. Because like I was really big into a show called Lilyhammer, and then I watched the whole thing when it was out, and then I wanted to like revisit it, and it was not available. So I'm like, oh well.
That is a fatal flaw by the streaming services, thinking the public will accept that. And it is also a motivating reason of why physical media is growing back in a way. It's now a niche collecting thing, but more and more people are like, well, this sucks. This is my favorite show. And now you've taken it off.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Streaming.
Like, yeah,
I don't want that to happen. How dare you do that to me? I will go and make sure I have my own. People would probably go back and buy DVDs.
Yeah, I would.
Just to have their favorite show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, my figure universe says, yeah, that's why I never got rid of my physical stuff. I still have
you know what? No, I did. I did about 4 years ago. I had a collection of over 550 Blu-rays and movies. I had a massive collection, guys. And we were moving. And I just went, I had this. Nobody challenged the idea. I wish someone had said to me, "You sure, dude?" And I probably would have gone, "Yeah, that's dumb." But I did it. I sold them en masse, and I sold the whole collection.
Wow.
Not for a financial reason, for a space reason.
Yeah, yeah.
I regret it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have been to my place. You've seen I still have I have a whole wall of Star Trek shit. So
I will say though, one of the reasons I wanted not to have the space is because I have this theory. I buy into that minimalism thing a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And when you have collections and all that, the house you can never. Like, I'm a big one on dust. So that was the other thing. Like, I never get the bloody house done dusty.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I regret it a lot because, streaming services, they're good, they're really good, but their weakness will be if they keep going on with this attitude of, nah, you watch it here, you don't get to watch it. It only promotes piracy and things like that,
Yeah. We got a few from Andre. This is why Prime Video for some stuff charges a renting fee. Oh, yeah, that's a pain in the butt too. Because
me and Jace do a fantastic show over the Jason Roy Gaston channel called the VHS Vault, where a lot of movies that we watch, I have to rent because I can't find them on streaming services, so I have to pay the $5 to rent it.
Oh, that sucks.
A little bit. Not that I'm not totally against that either. I'm a VHS kid, VHS Jace. So I grew up renting and paying
VHS. Yeah. It brings it back old school a little bit. Yeah. And I have all my DVDs and VHS from my childhood till now. That's awesome.
I did keep some box sets. I didn't get rid of all my. So I've got Lord of the Rings extended edition. I've got a Star Wars box set. I've got Matrix box set. I don't know why. I only really like one of the movies. And
two of them.
Yeah, and that's about it. Got rid of everything else.
So
I'm a dickhead.
What's that?
I'm a dickhead.
Oh, well, at least you admit it. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty honest.
If you're wondering, we are wearing a very beautiful custom wooden pin.
Oh, yes. Our badges.
Yes, our badges for the month.
Let's get it right. Our
pride badges. Yes. Pride badges. My captain's one. And on a future episode of the Captain's Quadrant, if you are subscribed, or if you get a friend to subscribe, you can win one because we're going to do a game show. And it's one of our beloved sequences, and that'll be back in the near future. So be sure you like, share, and subscribe, and ring that bell so you can be notified of that. So please share with your friends so that you can win one of these badges. And if you're wondering about, wow, those are really cool. Who made those? Well, that is Exolances. And they are going to be all over the place. You're going to see some of our merch at the store, some of our bags, buttons, magnets available at her amazing booth where she makes just some of the best pins, especially Star Trek related. You can catch her in Jacksonville, Florida this weekend. So be sure to go say hello on behalf of the Captain Squadron. If you're from Florida and you're in Jacksonville, say hello there. If you are in Washington, D.C., or Augustin, Florida again, Richmond, Virginia, San Antonio, Texas, and Columbus. She's going to be all over the place. And let me just show you why we love her work so much. Look at these amazing Star Trek pins.
Yeah, they look great. They really do.
Are, yeah, they are prime. They are amazing. So be sure to order. You can actually order them from her website, which is at Etsy Shop. And of course, it is at artistsusankelly.com. So make sure you go and check out some of her amazing work. Look at these stickers that she has made. These are all custom made by her, and she has some amazing stuff, even some non-Star Trek stuff that's really cool. So we wanted to make sure that you got there. I think we even have a Riker going on there, which is really cool. It makes earrings.
Oh no, that's a Q pillow. That's the Q pillow.
Q pillow, yeah. It's still cool. Definitely worth a buy. These are really well made and really fantastic stuff. So we appreciate her. And we appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. The like button is key to our growth and our reach so that we can keep coming back and growing. And if you stayed with us this whole time, we really appreciate you.
Oh, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
And we will see you next week as we dive in more.
Strangers in the night.